Yes, it started yesterday where this lady, I wrote a song for her yesterday. She works for this company called Musology. Her name's Lana Israel. Awesome person. And basically they write like songs and music videos for schools to use to teach algebra. And math through music. So I wrote a song with them yesterday called like Mean, Median, and Mode, and we explained that in like a rap. Super easy. It ended up like turning out pretty good. Like they had a dope producer, an in-house producer that we got to work with. His name was Jacob. Small talk. He was tight. But anyway, so they were gonna pay me a couple $100, but then the lady said, "Do you want to go to this Garth Brooks show?" And her partner is Garth's manager. Oh. And so I was just like, yo, and so like he'll most likely be there, but like that's not the reason why I'm going. There's just all these like, you know, things like considerations, and Lana's just a dope person. I'd love to go out with her.
Taking a great opportunity.
A great opportunity. He's playing at the Bridgestone. Garth is an incredible performer. So, you know, I've heard good things about him like as a performer, that he's like incredible. So I want to go see it from that point of view too. And just like part of me is just like, I don't know who I'll meet or what will happen as I'm there. But anyway, as I'm going through security, bro, I told her yesterday, she's like, "Do you want to go to the show?" And I was like, "Oh man, like flights are like $600. So, you know, like, no, it would cost me too much."
Yeah.
And then so she hits me up today. As I'm going through the airport, like I put my phone in the bin and it went through security, and I have a missed call from her by the time I get out.
Shit.
And I call her back. I was like, "Hey, what's up? I just went through airport security." And she's like, "Oh shoot, I was gonna see if you want to go to that show. I'll cover your flight, basically. You know, like instead of payment for a few $100 for that song, I'll just cover like this flight cost." And I was like, fuck, honestly, like I'm so down for that. And she's like, just have a second to process it. I call my parents and they're like, honestly, just come home or whatever. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. So but literally right as I'm about to walk on the plane, like I'm the last one there. And I ended up being the second to last. That's a key point to the story. I ended up being the second to last because I think I'm the last one. The dude's like, "You're the last one to get on the plane." And then he's like, "Are you Blake?" And I said, "Yes." He's like, "Do you want to go to Phoenix?" And I said, "I don't know." And he's like, "What do you mean you don't know?" And I was like,
"You bought a ticket to Phoenix,
yeah."
Didn't you?
And I was like,
I don't know, man.
I just got an awesome opportunity that I feel like I got to take. And he's like, and he's like, "Man, are you serious right now? Like, are you getting on or not?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let me call my mom." He's like, He's like, "Dude,
Like, you're still deciding?"
Yeah, so I call my dad, or call my mom, doesn't pick up. Call my dad. My mom picks up my dad's phone. And I basically broke it down real quick, and she's like, "Honestly, just come home." So I'm like, "Okay, you're right." So I like hang up, and I like give the dude, I was like, "I'm going to Phoenix, I'm going home." So I wade through the line, I get on the plane, and literally, you know what the thought was going through my head? A little piece of me just died right there by saying no. And you know what came to my head was also that lyric I always say, which is in B for Prez, the things that you don't do become your biggest regrets. So like my own lyrics are now speaking to me like this is going to be a big regret, because I would just be going home, and granted I'd get to see some friends, but like for the most part I'd just be chilling with my parents, like nothing probably out of the ordinary. But anyway, Grace, bro, she ended up being the girl who came right after me as I'm like, hold on, let me call my mom real quick, and the guy's like, "Are you serious?" Grace whips past me in a rush, and she gets on the flight. And as I'm, like I said, I get in the airplane, and I'm like kind of down, and I put my bags up, and I'm looking for a seat, and all the seats are taken, all the back seats are taken, and me and another guy are looking, and the airplane attendant's like, "Oh, do you need help looking for a seat?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for one." And Grace like speaks up and goes, "Blake." And I look, and she's like, "Are you about to get off the flight?" And I like, she just said that like she didn't even know, and I was like, honestly, I'm thinking about it.
How do I want to be?
And dude, all these people around me, this is a bunch of like average Joes just looking up, just like, what?
Wait,
is this
why
kid
is
like?
he just randomly not designing the flight? Right
Yeah,
now?
and then I was like, I just got a call that I can go with this awesome lady, CEO of this awesome company, and Garth Brooks' manager to the Garth Brooks show. Should I go? Like, what would you do? And she's like, you got to take every opportunity that you can take. And I was like, you're so fucking right. And I said, I love you, thank you. I grabbed my bags, instantly back off. I told the flight attendant looking for a seat for me, I said, I'm getting off this flight. She's like, oh my God, you got to hurry. Like tell that lady up there. I tell that lady up there about to shut the door. She's like, oh my God, you got to tell the person up front to cancel your flight. So I'm like, okay. I go up to the front. The dude's like, are you fucking serious? The same guy that was like, he sees me coming back up now with my bags. And he sees, I was like, I changed my mind. I'm staying. And he's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, dude, go to will call right now and cancel your flight. So you actually have my back though, like, cause like if you don't cancel your flight, you get penalized, you don't get the points or whatever, yada yada.
They gotta know if you're on there now.
Yeah, and so I ended up canceling the flight, and and so now I'm here.
This is my favorite fucking view of Nashville coming through, dude. On 65 right across. Ooh, it's nasty.
No lie, as I'm in there and the dude's like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you going or not, Phoenix? And I thought to myself, I need to decide for myself. Like, I'm at a point in my life, I just quit my job 2 days ago, dude. So I'm like full sending it, where I'm trying to make a living doing content creation.
Okay, dude.
You know, with everything I create. Dude, and that's like me giving up on like 3 to 4K a month. And it was just like, but it's because it'd be full time. And it's like, I realized you either build your dream or you work for somebody to build theirs. Like, whose empire am I building here? I was building Jim's empire and getting 10%.
Everybody loves
all
to
the work.
skip payment steps to work for somebody else's dream, and I am incapable of even considering that.
I was calling my parents and I was like, they don't have the right answer for me. Like,
No, they don't. Dude.
they don't. And so anyway, I took their answer still to get on the flight. I get on the flight and then I pull out Jesus Calling, which is like a good book, but I had the app version, and it's like every day there's a new like little devotional, and it said that you're too busy to hear my voice. It says I speak to you in the depths of your being, and it says like you're too busy to hear my voice.
Yeah, it's the whisper, not the shout.
Yeah, and I was just like, holy shit, he's so right. Like, I'm so like going too much, you know, that I can't even hear God's voice because I'm so like gotta do that, like almost where I'm just not giving him enough time to have depth.
Dude,
to really hear his voice.
But this is the thing though, man, the world is so confusing. There's gonna be so many contradictory things that you don't know whether or not to appreciate this thing or that thing over another. It's not that you're like ignoring something you know 100% to be true. It's when there's contradictions, which one do you listen to? And I'll tell you what, man, so many times when I feel like I made the wrong decision, but I thought it was like already too far gone, I was like, no, I already made it. Like, for instance, when you got on the flight, that I've had that happen to me before where I'm like,
it's too late now.
It's too late. And you know what? The universe comes back and the universe gives you those opportunities to flip that around. And that's when I know, when I'm feeling like I made the wrong decision, but it's already too late. And then the universe comes around and gives me that one last chance to flip it around. That's when I fucking know. That's when I'm like, this is the universe winking at me. This is God telling me.
I say winking.
This is the last chance to get out of this situation. Because otherwise, if I wasn't supposed to be doing this, I wouldn't have had this random last chance to get off the airplane like last second. And it was like,
I had too many signs.
Too many signs, dude.
Too many
signs.
You fuck up in a row, you know?
Yeah, before you're like, okay. And I'll tell you what, man, I feel like I get signs from the universe or signs from God or signs from whatever the fuck.
For a sign. You
but listen, yes,
you know,
but that's the thing. So that you could say it either way. You could be like, okay, well, my brain knows it deep down, so it's looking for things to just confirm what it already knows.
Yeah.
You can say it in whatever way you want.
That doesn't make it less useful.
That doesn't make it less useful.
Or less
because
true.
if I'm not 100% sure, I'm not 100% sure what to do, then I'm gonna be listening to what my brain deep down knows, or AKA what the universe or what God is telling me. Dude, so many fucking times that's happened to me. So many times that's happened to me.
Test.
And you know what happens? When I ignore the universe, that's when I'm unhappy. And when I listen to those signs, that's when I become a happier, more fulfilled person.
Bro.
Is when I listen to those signs.
And I gotta tell you this, I love my parents so fucking much. They are like the best people ever. They encourage the hell out of me. They're my number one fans. But they still played it too safe in life.
Oh, for sure.
They played it like my dad will be working until he's 70, like his whole life. Of course they gave me the advice to come home. It's just like they played it safe. That's how they did it. So for the past few days, I'd been thinking just like, you know, like,
do you want to take their advice or yours?
Yeah. What kind of life do you want? Do you want their life? Do you want
exactly
their life,
make the decision that they would have made?
In my head, and here's what I said to Lana. I said, money comes and goes, but experiences are what we remember.
Yo, homie, give me some of that. Give me some of that fucking truth. Preach it.
And that's
money ain't shit.
Why I did
money. Only people who don't have any money think money is the thing. Once you have money, then you realize, oh wait, that's just like one tiny thing of everything else. And that's the thing, that's the easiest.
Money is the easiest.
That's the easiest thing to get.
It's not
happiness and true friends, that's the difficult part. Happiness and true friendship, that's the thing that's fucking complicated.
I'm gonna miss needing money because I'm gonna be all caught up in existential shit instead.
Yeah,
dude,
you gotta get
what to do.
You gotta get your philosophy and you gotta get your mentality right, and you gotta get your inner your life right, and everything else falls in line after that, dude. Everything else comes from that. Everything else stems from that. Because, dude, if you just have money, if you're like still, dude, imagine being 16 years old and still trying to figure out what you believe in and who you are and what you want to do in life, and all of a sudden you have an ass load of money, that's just going to complicate every
That's
single
gonna get in the
thing.
way of your
You're going to have
your life.
no idea who you want to be or what you want to do, and you're just going to be lazy and just going to be smoking a bunch of weed pretty much and doing nothing,
Or
which
if, like,
again, weed isn't bad, but like you have to want to
no,
do
but bro,
things
if
too.
like Belmont freshmen, if they got the affirmation they were all desperately looking for right when they got here, guess who would suck for the rest of their life? All of them. They would all suck. They would never ever.
You stop improving once you get regular.
If that's all it took to get the attention they're looking for, there would be no incentive for escalation at all.
It's like that shit,
Or fuel, or anything. Yeah.
So basically, dude, I wrote a song that just took me a couple of hours, and that got me this experience. And my flight, like what I'm doing here because of this, like, and first of all, thank you so fucking much for picking me up.
Dude, sorry for taking a little bit longer.
Bro,
man. I would have come sooner. I was trying to do something on the
I needed to
computer.
have that moment to dance with that guy. I was all meant to.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, like,
dude, that's what me, I'm like, oh man, I should have picked you up sooner, but then you wouldn't have had that beautiful. That's how money, that's how the universe fucking works.
Nothing ever should have been any different. Nothing should ever be any different.
Oh my god, that shit gets me so jazzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad you said that because I was a little bit like, oh, I want to pick the Blake up right now, but I really want to figure this computer thing out first.
Good.
And dude, and that's the hilarious thing is that created such a beautiful moment that you're gonna remember, and that guy is gonna fucking remember, and just a human connection. I should probably look at the road and
Every time you think that there's some problem or something,
ain't
like
no
that, you
fucking problem.
No. It's not just not a problem. It's probably the thing that created the increased value in the next 10 minutes.
Dude, because there's never such thing as a problem. There's only
a more
ways that you have to.
only a more interesting.
There's only ways you have to work around that. It's not. There's no such thing as a brick wall. That like a brick wall or a problem or some kind of complication only puts the division in between people who actually want it and people who just want to look like they want it, or people who say that they want it.
You don't want your career to be crowded with a bunch of people that were able to get into it without any effort. Like that just is gonna, that doesn't help anybody.
And everything going wrong only creates the beautiful story that you want.
That's what reveals dedication and what creates exactly.
Bro, I'm all about the story, and no lie, I like now have this story under my belt where I literally took my bags off the fucking plane.
Bro, you realize
just had me like, I've been feeling like my life's been like a movie lately, and that shit was movie ass
that shit was a fucking movie scene
that
like
was some
that
movie
was a fucking that was a turning point movie scene.
Yes.
In your life being like, no, I'm not gonna listen to what other people say. I know this is a great opportunity. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna do this.
Someone like Blake knows that so hard already, but every time you get a fresh, great, perfect example, it's just alive again. You're like, oh no, it's really true.
Like I
was always right.
It's like knowing something.
I wish we had better memories on that shit, but we need it to be updated.
We need it, all the time.
100%. Wow.
But that's part of the human experience. So we're always learning and forgetting and relearning and getting better and improving and then getting worse, and it's everything is
and
a
I
fucking.
hit my parents back, and they were actually like pretty chill with it. Like they understood. So I called them afterwards, and they didn't pick up, and I texted them, I'll see y'all Monday.
Anybody else would have been like, wait, how does he know him? And I'm like, okay, obviously Blake just did some crazy ass thing and talked to him, and now he's his friend forever. I mean, you're gonna remember him, and he's gonna remember you.